Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. As I'd like to say thanks to all of the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for liking and sharing the content. We appreciate you guys. If you are here because you want to be able to retire early. Financial independence, retire early. This is what we talk about here all the time. Making enough money so you can retire early. Okay, guys, we have over 300 videos. We are pushing to 3,000 subs, slow motion, but we're getting there. Now, remember, guys, this is not financial advice, okay? If you're here, remember this is not financial advice. Financial advice. I am just a 52-year-old man that makes video about my portfolio. Now, I am planning to retire when I am 55, right? Retired, but that means I'm not going to be busy doing stuff because I'm planning my future, building businesses that I'm going to be focused on when I stop working for other people. Now, I still might be a consultant and continue to do what I'm doing now with the company that I work for. That's something I thought about, but in the meantime, my job is almost like a consultant role. I'm left alone to do my work, and we do different audits and assessments that keep me grounded with my job. But with that being said, guys, let's get down to the video because today the market looks like this. Now, I'm just looking at this for the first time, other since this morning. I've been sitting on the computer. I refreshed it a few seconds ago, and before I started the video. So we're both looking at this together for the very first time. Now, Microsoft, Oracle, NVIDIA are looking pretty good. Tesla's up 2.3% today. Microsoft 1.83%. Amazon is up 2.89. That looks like an 89%. Now, we got a few reds, right? The pre-market was kind of red. I was like, oh gosh, we're not going to have another bad day. But it turned out, right, the market's still open, so the market's going to close in a little bit here in about 4 minutes. Usually, either the market's going to pick up at the end of the day when the market's about to close, people trying to get the order in, or it's going to go down right before the market closes. Now, from the look of things, right, it looks like we're going to end the regular, market hour normally, and everything's going to be good, right? Everything's going to be good. And this is surprising because we just got most of, especially some of the stuff that I buy, right? Especially our extreme high yield positions. We just got notice for dividends we're going to get paid tomorrow. So I was expecting some of those positions to be down, but they're really not down. So that's a good thing, right? I mean, even though they started the day at some point when they were down, but they're doing good. So let's take a look at some crypto real quick, and then we'll go back and talk about that later. Now, Bitcoin is up, right? 0.35% today within the hour. In the last 24 hours, they're up 13%, 0.13%. That is amazing. Now, you guys know a lot of the extreme high yield products we buy. All of them Palantir, most of those have to do with crypto and companies that sell or provide crypto application or, different things of that nature. So you guys kind of understand. I'm not a crypto expert, so I just talk about this because I do invest in crypto, but I'm not an expert, right? You guys know most of the stuff I talk about all the time is Ethereum and Shiba, right? I got a few millions of Shiba Inu coins, right? So we just waiting for this stuff to lose a few more zeros so I can be a crypto millionaire, right? So I can be in the millionaire status from crypto. Now, I'm not telling you to go buy this stuff. It's just me running my mouth, doing what I do, okay? I ain't telling you to go buy that. But if you do buy it, you get to be a millionaire. Make sure you kick me down a little something, okay? Buy me a Maserati. No, not a Maserati. No, ugh, that's horrible. Do not buy me a Maserati. You can buy me a G-Wagon AMG 2025 and ship it to Colombia. I would appreciate that, right? I would appreciate that gift, and I will show my love every video I make from that point on. Okay, guys, on a serious note, Bitcoin is up today 0.1%. Now, this thing, is it me or is it just getting bigger and bigger, right? This is crazy. Bitcoin is about to hit $2 trillion probably before the end of this year. Can you guys believe that? It's about to hit the market cap of $2 trillion before the end of this year. I'm telling you, this is going to happen very soon. right? Let's see what Ethereum, how far back how Ethereum is still a few hundreds of billions, 100 billions away to get to that. But Ethereum is kind of crawling way back, and Ethereum is rank number two. Damn, how that gap, the gap is so huge between Bitcoin and all of the other tokens out there right now. That's crazy. Anyway, let me get this real quick. All right, so the portfolio here, guys. Y'all know I haven't bought anything else, right? I put a few dollars into this portfolio, and I bought everything else that I could buy for this week. I'm waiting until the dividend hit on Friday. Well, it's probably gonna be Saturday because usually the dividend coming late. But we should be able to pull. It should be pending status tomorrow. Let me see, right? It should be in pending status tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday the 25th. Should be in pending status, but we should be able to see some of the dividend coming in. And then on Saturday, when we do the income video, we'll see how much money we did for this week to sums it up to see if we came close to that $22,000 that you know the tools that we use been pushing, right, that we're gonna make this week. But I mean, with that said, guys, I hope you see what I have here, right? I know I had a couple of comments. People say, "Hey, Edwin, you need to make a video about what you got in your portfolio." It will be a long video for me to talk through all of these guys. Okay, that's why I kind of stroll through that so you guys can see. This is not financial advice, so you're welcome to do what you want to do with these. But I have a lot, and I'm still adding. Right, I'm still adding to this. I'm still adding a couple more to this because, like I told you guys, this is my daughter portfolio. We need to get this thing to $20,000 a month. We need to get this to $20,000 a month because that will pay for her tuition. One month will pay for the whole year. Her sister gonna be going to private school. Like I said, I'm planning on having more babies, maybe one or two more. I don't know, but maybe one or two more babies. So by the time I'm 70, 75 years old, my kids will be in their 20s, and they can pay attention to daddy. And they're gonna be kids from Colombia, not these American kids that don't barely have time for the parents. Okay, because I got one, or two, or three of them right now that don't have time for the dad. But it is what it is. All right, guys. But that's the whole goal by this right here. And to my other portfolio, right? Um, I didn't buy nothing here today. Let's see. I need to update when I go back in to do the video for Saturday. I'm gonna make sure I update the money that came in for the previous week because of the holidays. So I need to make sure I put that in there. Every little bit counts into the portfolio to see how much money coming in, right? Now, the good thing about this week, I need to knock on something, right? Knock on some wood, right? The good thing about this week, no margin calls. Last week, no margin calls. Guys, if things continue like this, my portfolio will be back to normal, right? All of this, and the thing about it is, right now, I'm like, I need about $200,000 right now, right? $200,000 would settle my entire portfolio back to green. My entire portfolio will be green, and as the market starts to go back up, we can ride a wave back up, and I won't even have to put no more money into none of my extreme high yield. No more. I'll take that back. I might have to pull up more money in there, right? But if I put that $200,000 into my portfolio right now, that would get me back to green, right? That would definitely get me back to green. So I've been thinking, I'm always thinking. So I've been thinking, I was like, well, I'm going to pull this money out of my account to buy this property. When I get there, I have to put down a certain amount of money. Now, the other property I was going to buy, the guy, he haven't responded, so I don't know if he sold the property to somebody else. But I really want to buy a house because I want to have like a solar panel in the property. If I don't do the solar panel, then I have to put, I know in DR to put in like a battery converter. So when the lights go out, when the power goes out, you can still have access to your internet and some basic things that you might need in the house. So it's either gonna be one of those two things, and I need more space because the family is getting bigger, family is growing. So of course I need more space. Um, when my kids come from here over there, I need more space, right? I can't just say, okay, well I got kids there, they got enough space and that's fine. I gotta be able to have at least one or two extra bedroom. So when the kids come from here, there they can have their own space and they can feel like they're home when they're visiting their dad once in a blue moon if that ever happens. But that's what I want to do. Now, this portfolio here, of course, I need to add some money. But so I was thinking, I was like, well, maybe when I pull that money out, because I'm gonna be in Colombia in another month or so. So once I get there, I'm gonna go look at some brand new properties that they're building. Now, if they have houses there, I want to look at those houses and see if I can make arrangements. Now, hopefully by that time I should, by the time I get there, I should be close to getting my Colombian residency. So when I get that, right, I can just go to the bank and try to establish uh, credit. I mean, at that time, I already have one property, buying a second property, maybe a third. I'm also looking at buying some land, and then maybe build something there. I have a bunch of things in my head going on because I definitely want to be active, stay busy, because the retirement doesn't mean is all that's it, right? You just done and you just sit there and wait to die. No, I'm 52 years old. In the next 3 years, I'll probably be getting ready to come back to the U.S. to build here, and if that happens, I want to be able to bring, my significant other, um, if not for the entire time, but for a period of time, because I don't want to live here. So whoever I'm with, right? I know I talked about it. I'm probably never going to get married again, but if I decide to do that, whoever I'm with, we're definitely going to do a prenup. So if that happens, if they decide say they're going to leave, whatever, they ain't going to get nothing. They get zippity dot do zero. Okay, so that's the plan. And then when I come down here to build 3 to 6 months, when I'm here 6 months, if the kids in school, then it's difficult. But if not, there's gonna be time when the kids gonna be in school, of course, right? But this is why we do this stuff because as I continue to do this and make more money, my life gets, I would say, a less stressful, especially when I have the funds in the portfolio, right, in my less risky stuff. So you see these right here, and this Cornerstone got the whatchamacallit stuff coming. I need to buy. But you see right here, right? These are my less risky stuff, right? And and down here I got CRF, CLM, USA, and then I got some high yield, extreme high yield, JPJEPQ, all this other stuff, some high yield stuff. So I need to add more positions into this portfolio. I don't need a lot. I need to have maybe around 50 to 60 positions in this portfolio. That's it. And with these guys here, the goal is to get them to $100 a month, right? And if they pay quarterly, to get them to $300 a month. That's it, every quarter rather. So that way, I'm generating anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 a month, which should be more than what I need to live. Now we go to my Fidelity portfolio. It's up 1.2% today, which is great. This thing it didn't update, so it should be more than that before the market close. Um, it should be more than what that is. Let me see if I can update it. If it will update, it's updated $2 ago. But as I continue to build generational wealth for me and my family, my children, right? Um, I want to be able to say when I leave my kids, not just me, but when I leave this earth, for my children to be able to say, well, our father did everything in his power to make sure we are comfortable. And then not only that, but to make sure that they don't lose it. Right, guys? Right? Because You can't just build a race car and give it to somebody who don't know how to drive a race car, and then not expect them to crash it. You know. So as I continue to grow and build generational wealth for my kids, there have to be one or maybe two of them that will take my interest. My other kids might not, right? My daughter want to be a lawyer. Okay. The other one is a real estate agent. The other one is she DJ. She's a hairstylist. She got her own salon and all this other stuff. You know, the kids change, do their own thing, right? So now the baby, who knows what she's gonna do, right? She might decide to be, who knows, engineer like me, or decide that, you know what, I'm gonna run the family business. But the good thing about it is the other kids that are growing up, they're gonna spend more time with me, and they're gonna learn my good habits, hopefully, and not my bad habits, right? And be able to take that. So when I get to where I'm 70 years old, I can stop bringing it at teenage years, right? When my daughter get to 12, 13 years old, I will start teaching her so she can understand what's going on with the business, because my oldest one don't care, right? They don't care. You're like, so they only care about the final product, right? Okay, this the money's there. Okay, that's what we see. Now we're good. But how the money comes in, no matter how I try to explain that, it's like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Really, you can do that? Okay. But guys, you guys understand, right? Some of you guys that have kids and stuff like that, you understand what I'm talking about. But you know, we're not gonna whine, right? We're gonna do what we can do to continue to build. Um, Now, like I told you guys, the thing was gonna update, and it did update, right? A little bit. The income went up over the next 12 months, and in the income field, income went up another $1,000 in here. So I'm hoping. I mean, we already know how much money is coming in for this week. So I'm hoping when I do my calculation, we end up either more than $22,000, or it's gonna be less than $22,000, because, but it's gonna be 22,000 plus that 200 something. It's gonna be somewhere in there. So it will come out with 21, 22. We know we're in the range, because you guys know sometimes when I do the calculation, I leave certain things out until it clears, and I don't go back and update it. But I've been trying my best to do that. But it's just more work, right? Because people are like, oh, well, you're not making no money. How are you making such and such amount of money with this amount of uh, position? Guys, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I have over 100 some positions in this portfolio. Um, the IPS pay this about every month, right? It goes up and down. It's on average, right? So I got AMZP. I pay $4 a month, right? So you see some of this stuff, right? Some of these are newer positions, and the other portfolios are smaller. Like this guy paid me every quarter. I just got to get this to $300. At some, we almost at 50 right now, right? It's that's what we do. We just grow, keep growing it, keep growing it, keep growing it, right? GNC at 26, $21 right now. This not just in one portfolio. This is across the board, right? But I need to get this in one each portfolio that's generating that, right? But this is across the board, okay? And then AIYY is what we got paid for this month. Um, and next month is the estimate, but as we go into the next month, it's going to adjust, right? You just go and you see you see the stuff, coining, and this is what we got this month. Adjustments for the rest of the time is like 5 grand, but of course we're not getting that. So as the next month, it's going to adjust, and it's going to adjust. So that's what happens, guys. So I'm not making this stuff up. That's why I started doing the spreadsheet, so you guys can see, because people are like, oh man, you're not making that money. You're not making the money. What you gotta lie, man? For what? What the hell I gotta lie about? You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to lie about anything, right? Because it's not like I'm here. Oh, I'm faking it, right? I show you guys the screenshot from my other portfolio on the income coming. I take the screenshot and show it to you guys. So And if you go back to the early days videos, you will see that the portfolio do exist, right? And this right here is automated. I mean, this thing is pulling from somewhere. That's why I like to refresh this stuff. It's automated. That means it's pulling information from somewhere. Okay, there is no I'm not attaching an Excel spreadsheet to this. No, this is pulling information from somewhere. It updates. And the same with this one. I'm not attaching no spreadsheet to say, okay, let me insert this. No, it's pulling information from my accounts. Okay, and it updates. So our new account that we just got back started right now, I mean, already at $36 estimated for the year, for the next 12 months, right? I know you guys are like, man, $36 ain't nothing. But this gonna every week, this gonna keep growing because once I put money in there and start buying stuff, the dividends gonna start coming in. I mean, right now we got $1, right? But when we start saying, okay, let's put $5 in our high yield, extreme high yield, let those sucker bring in dividends, right? You're gonna see the difference. Because I can say, you know what, this week I'm gonna put $20 into this high yield, and when they pay dividend, we're gonna put whatever dividend into the next, and then add another $20, and continue to buy dollar cost average in my other position, right? And that's why you're gonna see how things go. Fidelity is getting back, as we stay away from margin calls. I'm still buying back in though. I'm still buying in, right? Because things are at a discount right now. Now we don't know exactly how the market's gonna go, right? But we can say, hey, this is where we think the market's gonna go. Guys, give me a second. I had to take that. We can say, okay, this is where we think the market's gonna go, so we'll continue to buy. Right? I always tell you guys, if you buy something at $20, $30, or even $100, if it go down to $50, does it mean it's still a good buy? For me, yes. Right now, some of the extreme high yield stuff, they got the tendency to crash and go down pretty much to where they have to do a reverse split. Now I hate that. If they do that, I sell out. I sell whatever I am at a loss. I don't go back in. At some point, you have to sell at a loss, put the money into other places that eventually will make your money back. And I keep telling you guys, at the end of the year, you can write off. So if you're making a lot of money, if you lose a little bit of money, it's not that bad because you're still going to make some money back. But you can always write off that 20, 30, 40, $50,000. If I'm making $600,000, $700,000 and I'm losing 50,000 in the market, and I can write that off, that's less money I have to pay in taxes in my income. So guys, it's not, sometimes the loss is not a bad thing, okay? Especially if you generate a lot of income. All right, guys. All right. So Charlie Schwab is still getting in slowly, right? Because we get dividend, we reinvest in the dividend. In the next 10 years, the income should be about 100,000. I mean, I think that's too long. We talk about 5 years. So I think 35,000 is great, especially me wanting to live in Colombia. $35,000 a year is more money than I'm gonna need. And the thing about it is, I don't even have to really touch this money. I could just reinvest that. Um, and as long as I'm working, I don't have to touch none of this income, right? So I'm adding more money, putting money aside, right? Because as I decide to put things together, to leave to go to Colombia, I definitely need to put money aside um, into my high yield savings account. It's not generating a lot, but it generated from 4 to 5%. So that's not bad, right? So if I could say, you know what, we generate some cash, we're gonna have 50, 60, 70,000, maybe even 100 grand, right? 100 grand. I believe I can live in Colombia with less than $20,000 a year for me, right? Because of my lifestyle, the way I live. The way I live here, I don't really spend that much money. So I think I can do it with that much, with 20 grand a year. I already have property there. I'm trying to buy another one. Before the next couple of years, I might have multiple properties. I'm trying to also build like like an apartment there, maybe not a 100 unit apartment, but also take our style of rental like we do here there, um, and build something and try to rent it out. Maybe build like a 10 or 12 unit building, that can generate $3 or $4 thousand in income every month. Um, and that would be giving somebody a job and things to do, and stuff like that, guys. It's like thinking outside the box. And then one thing settle down back in the states. Hopefully, it settles soon enough. Then I can be back here building my project, right? Because I'll have enough money in the next 3 to 5 years through my investments, and things will be great. So, guys, I hope I'm not just yapping about stuff, but this is to motivate you guys. That's all we do here, to motivate, right? Motivate each other. One of the guys, Mark said he's generating $19,000 Friday. I tell you guys all the time, there's a lot of people that watch this channel that make a hell of a lot more money than I do, right? Take Mark for example. This is what I'm making this month. He's making that on Friday. Okay? So I tell you guys all the time, if you have questions, post it in the comments, join the Discord, post it in the Discord. Because there are people out here that do way more than me. It's not everybody that want to make videos. It's not everybody that want to show their face to say, oh, I'm making money. No, I do this because somebody have to step in and represent for us. Okay? And this is what I am doing. And I keep saying all the time, guys, if you want to get on here and say, you know what, Edwin, today I'm going to do it, you take a break. I don't have no problem with that. I'll give you access to the channel. This is what it is. Because this is not like, oh, well, you say, you know what? It's one thing I understand if I was making maybe $5 or $6 a month from this channel. I'll barely make $50 a month from this channel, because if you watch the videos, you might get one advertisement in the beginning. You might get another one somewhere in the middle if you finish the video, and one at the end. That's it. And that's just the default setting, right? That's the default setting on this channel. Now, for me to go back in there and add a commercial every 5 minutes or every 2 minutes like other people do, this is not why I created this channel. I didn't create this channel to make me money. No. If it makes money, that's by default. But not, okay, this is the purpose. We're going to create a channel. We're going to make a hell lot of money. When I give my time and talk to you guys consulting, I did the last consulting I did. I spent over 2 hours on the phone, and I want to charge for a half an hour. Right? I spent 2 hours on the phone, and I want to charge for a half an hour. And when my boy texts me, guess what? I respond. At 1 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever he sent a message and I'm up, I respond. And I tell you, I'm trying to help people to get into investing. And the people that are motivated, want to try to learn, because I can get you in there, but I can't hold your hand all the way, right? And some of the stuff I pick, you guys see some of the stuff I pick, yeah, we got losses, but some of the stuff I pick, they're paying more, that we're gaining more than we lose. So you got to pay attention to what works for you. And in the end, you know what I'm saying? You can have a goal. I use these trackers because I'm lazy for 1 second, because it motivates me, right? We just went down, and now we're going back up to 20 million in 10 years. And 10 years, that would be great. But we're looking at our short-term goal, which is 5 years, right? I retire in 3 more years. That should give us half of that, right? And like I keep telling you guys, as we continue to get this income up, I'm putting more money into my safer positions, like I've been doing from jump, right? I reinvest into my lower positions too, right? I keep telling you guys that. You get the money from the high yield, you do what you need to do, but you reinvest some back into your lower yield. Because the lower yield, this is going to keep my portfolio going to all this stuff. My lower yield that I reinvest in, that I have to sell some positions, sell some out there to use that money. But if I haven't done that through the course of this thing, my account will be at maybe $50 or $30,000 by now. I'll be like about to jump out the roof. You know what I'm saying, guys? So you have to pay attention to your money. I tell you guys all the time, pay attention to your money. You can be okay. I said, this is not financial advice. I'm here to motivate you guys, to keep you guys going. Every time I add something to my portfolio, I let you guys know. You guys can go in there and look it up. You know what I'm saying? Stock analysis is a good tool. You type it in, and it will show you whatever you need to know. My day tracker, you go in here and do research, right? Before I buy stuff, let's say we say SCHD. Sometimes they have the thing right, and sometimes they won't have the dividend right. But right now we have 4.09% dividend yield. It's paid. This is what it paid, right? $1 or something per share. So it's slow motion. But you got to go in there. They don't give you too much information here. Looking at the last time dividend was cut. I don't know how accurate this stuff is, but give you some information. That's why I like to use multiple tools because sometimes one might not have all the facts, and you get this bunch of free stuff out there that you can use that's gonna help you. Okay, guys. So if you need to have dividend that paying you 4% and up, like me, all the stuff I got now paying 3% and up. If I got something that paying a 2%, it'll be 2.98, 2.99, or 2.85 because I know it's gonna get over the hump to 3% soon. Okay, guys. So with that being said, guys, already get the video over 30 minutes. I'm not gonna continue to yap. I'm gonna slow it down. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Okay, if you have any questions, leave a comment. Now, some of the questions, because I talk about a lot of other stuff, so some of the questions, it might not be about dividend or it might not be about investing. But if you guys have any questions, put it in the comment or send me an email or, comment through the Discord, guys, okay? The Discord is still growing. The other day I look at the number, we over 40. I think we're over 40 or right at 40 now. And it's growing gradually. But I don't see you guys really posting stuff in the Discord. So we need you guys to communicate. I don't want to be the only one just posting stuff, right? We already get a notification for the videos into the Discord, but I want you guys to post how you guys are doing your portfolio because I wanted to be a motivator for the people in the Discord, right? So please, guys, remember, we're here to motivate. Do your best you can. It's not forced, but it's great to for other people to see how good you're doing, right? Because it gets them just like, okay, well, it's not only Edwin, right? It's other people that's doing this. Because I keep saying, hey, it's not me alone. It's not me alone, right? But you guys post, hey, I made this week. I made that week. I made it this week. Now, it don't matter if you're only making $10. That's a start, right? Because you let people know, hey, I just started a month ago or 2 months ago. Now I'm making $10 a month. That's good. That's $10 you didn't have to sweat about, right? The money you put that in your savings account, you're not going to make $10 in a whole year. Okay, guys. So let's be proactive. Let's try to grow the channel, and we need to encourage other people to grow this channel. And I can't do it myself. Okay, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And tomorrow we're gonna do another video. And I'm glad the market is coming around, and hopefully this continue. And I can stop being a little less, focus onto the market and focus on what I need to do to move out of these United States. I love you guys. We'll do it tomorrow.